Hi, welcome to Craft It Sweetly. I'm Deanna. Thanks so much for being here. This video will be rather short. I just wanted to introduce to you my latest tool for the art of 4-edge photo strip art. I will demonstrate this shortly, but let me grab first the book that I will be using to show you what I'm doing. Does anybody recognize what this book is? How many pages? It's the temperature book. If you haven't heard about it or you're new to my channel, this is the temperature book where one strip is applied each day based on the high temperature of the day. So as you can see, I started this July 15th. You would need a book that's 730 pages. And I do have a listing in my Etsy shop with a variety of temperature ranges depending on climate. You would need a book that's 730 pages. Mine was 800 something, I think. And I had all these extra pages. So I decided to add the start date, and then once I'm done, I'll add the end date here. But as you can see, this was all last summer. One slightly cooler day here in the middle of the probably fallish, I guess. And then a pretty cold winter in the Cleveland area with some purple, which was super cold. And then a couple warmer days. So this is the book that I'll be using to kind of demonstrate the new tool on. So for this, I'm gonna slide this under my book stand here. It's quite bulky already. And as you'll notice, this does have photos in it, but because I'm applying strips to the edges, you're not gonna be able to see that. You'll still see it on top, but I'm not so concerned about it. It's hard to find a book with this many pages. So I scoured a bunch of thrift stores before I could find one that had enough pages. So I wasn't too bothered by the fact that it had photos in it. All right, so my tool, what does it do? It basically is a strip embosser. It's going to emboss the strip that gets applied here. So up to now, if you've seen in my videos, you've been watching any of my videos, usually what I'll do is I'll take the strip and kind of gently fold the strip down the middle to kind of get them fairly in the middle. Then I'll go back and apply it one more time to make sure it's, you know, a little more. I don't do it straight off the bat. And then I go back and then press it so that I have my strip folded. Once in a while when I fold the strip, it doesn't happen often because the more you do it, the easier it gets and more experience. But it has happened where I'm folding the strip, and if I don't pay attention, by the time I get to the bottom, I'm slightly off like this. So I would still apply this strip because I can still see the pattern. But as you can tell, it's not folded properly or evenly. So again, once in a while that would happen to me, but I would still apply the strip, but after you do a whole bunch of them, that doesn't generally happen. Again, it's just once in a while. So what does this strip embosser do? Basically, you take the strip, and for this book, what I'm doing is, you can kind of see here, I folded a few, but for the temperature book, I have ranges for the temperatures, and then I've cut the various colors, and right at the bottom I'll number the strips like 1 through 12, so that when I get, if I'm keeping track of temperatures like this, let's say March 1st was 43 degrees here, so I'm using strip number 7, which I have numbered here as strip number 7, so I'll use that strip. So that's kind of how I've organized my strips. But I need to emboss that strip, so I will take the strip basically. So here's one strip. It goes face down into the strip embosser, and then the second piece goes right on top, and you just press it all along. You can slide it if you want. You really can't damage the strip because it's not so sharp that it cuts through. It just basically embosses the strip. So there you have the strip embossed right there, perfectly right down the middle. And then it's just an easy fold because you already have it scored right down the middle of the strip. So you have a perfectly folded strip without concerning yourself that I'm not gonna fold it exactly in half. Now the awesome thing with this is that depending on the paper that you use, now I use 28-pound paper. I'll post it there on the screen in post edit of this video. But with 28-pound paper, I can score 3 strips at the same time. So I have 3 strips right here. I can put all 3 strips in and score them at the same time versus having to do one at a time, which means faster folding. You press it down, you can slide it, same thing, to kind of score it better, and you can see the score lines on the strips. Okay, and then they're all scored. And get this last one out right there. Again, right down the middle. Now you can see probably better on the back side, but that is right down the middle of the strip. So now it just makes it easy to fold that, and you're not likely to go askew with it when you're folding it. If you're using lighter paper, you may be able to do 4 strips at a time. Heavier paper, 1 or 2 probably. So I have 3 strips of paper perfectly folded right down the middle in a matter of seconds by putting it in the strip embosser and then kind of sliding it back and forth or pressing evenly across. Okay, so this is almost like train tracks, and it creates that embossing through the groove that's right down the middle of this this tool. So strips will get attached. I have, I think, 3 or 4 days, all in the 9 temperature range, which I don't remember what it was, like 28 to 30 degrees. So these strips get applied here. But I will have this available in my Etsy shop. If you have any questions about it, comments, feel free to reach out to me, post in my Facebook group or message me through Facebook. That works as also. But I'm really excited about sharing this with you. I've been thinking about this for a while, trying to come up with something that is quick, easy, consistent, and also fast, because you're able to do multiple strips at a time versus just one strip for getting it folded. Okay, so this strip embosser will be available in my Etsy shop, and if you have any questions, again, comment below. So that's pretty much it for the video. Again, I just wanted to share this new tool with you. Nothing about book folding at the moment, but if you decide to start this temperature book, you can really start at any time of the year. It doesn't have to be on January 1st. Thanks so much for watching, and keep crafting. I will see you in the next video.